Hey guys, this is Anaya Askew,
This is Jada Mays.
and this is JOMC 275. Today we are going to be talking about the competition that women face in everyday life.
In today's society, there's a constant need to feel and look and act a certain way, especially for women. With these new beauty standards concerning our bodies, hair, and clothes, it sometimes feels like we're always in competition.
What is it about women that makes us feel the need to always compete? They're back! The Harlem Globetrotters make a return engagement on July 27th to the Greensboro Coliseum with new antics and favorite old ones. Greensboro's own Globetrotter Curly Neal, the world's greatest dribbler, will be memorialized, and his famous number 22 Globetrotter jersey will be raised to the rafters. Discount tickets can be purchased at the Greensboro Coliseum box office or online. The Harlem Globetrotters, right here in Greensboro on July 27th. Don't miss it. The first thing we want to talk about is celebrities and fan bases. I kind of feel like when people, specifically women, look at celebrities nowadays, there's always this beauty center that they have that we try to fit, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like one person I do think about is like Kim Kardashian. And she had so much surgery and everything, like the BBL. I feel like that's somebody that people constantly look to when they think of beauty standard.
Yeah, for sure. And the BBL mention is like it's very normalized now. It's very hard to find a celebrity who doesn't have a BBL and has a normal body type, and then they try to cover it up by working out a lot and saying that that's how they got it, which is very like misleading because we know that's not
Yeah.
how you got there.
I saw this video on social media. It was of Saucy Santana. I think he was doing these blind dates with
Yeah.
these women,
Hmm.
and like he declined this one girl because she didn't have any on. She didn't have any makeup on. She didn't have a BBL. I was like, what?
Yeah. It's like you have to have that to fit in. And it's
Yeah.
like, sometimes when women start to like work out or eat in a certain way, it's like that's what they're trying to achieve is that unrealistic body type, which is just, yeah.
And like you think about stuff like the hip dips and everything, and like the Coca-Cola body shape,
Yeah.
and it's kind of unrealistic because everybody has hip dips. I
Yeah.
feel like if you strive to get that perfect curve, then it is unnatural.
Everybody's body is different, especially with women. Like, our genetics are different. So even if we do work out and try to achieve a certain body, it's still going to look different than the next person. So it's very hard to kind of even attempt to reach those type of expectations body wise.
Yeah, and with the fan base thing, I think about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, and I feel like their fan bases do tend to put them against each other. I feel
Yeah.
like that's how that feud really started.
Yep, yep. And it's unfortunate because they are, I do love Nicki more, I have to say. And she's been in the game longer, but they are similar women in the type of music that they make, with the type their style is similar. And I even feel like their voices are kind of similar as well. So it's like you have these two women who could, potentially be great, artists together, but because of how similar they are and because of like the competition between them, it's like now we clash and we can't, be cohesive in the way that we, rap, you know?
Yes, and the fans on social media, I feel like they do push that narrative a lot because you would go on Twitter and you would see somebody tweeting about Nicki, and then the next thing you see is somebody's like, "Oh, Cardi B's better." Like nobody
Yeah.
asks all of that.
It doesn't have to be like a competition. They can equally be like really, really great artists. But I feel like within at least Black culture, when it comes to music, there's always going to be some type of competition. Even with Beyonce and Solange, it's like if you don't like Beyonce, it means you love Solange, and vice versa. Like, why can't you just love both sisters? You know what I mean?
Right. I feel like I don't know why, but there's always this competition. Like
Yeah.
if you're too similar, then you have to just pick one,
Yep.
which
Yep.
is wrong.
It is. It is.
Okay, and with celebrities comes influencers, and influencer culture can be one of the most detrimental things to happen to women.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why social media plays a big role in some of the trends that we see and sometimes why we want to change things. Even in relationships too, like seeing people in relationships and seeing how they get treated or seeing what they look like, and it's just like I said before, it's misleading because most of the stuff on social media is fake. Very fake.
Yes. I feel like with social media, everybody tries to one up each other in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, I think about what's Lil Baby's girlfriend?
Jada Witta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think of Ari, and I feel like they're always putting them against each other.
But they're two different women. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure if you saw the podcast about Ari, and she's with Moneybagg Yo and how he cheated. And she pretty much said, like, you know, I'm going to stay with him because I'm going to get with the next guy, and then they're going to cheat too. So I might as well just stay with the cheater right now. And it's like things like that, phrases like that is what people sadly look up to. They're like, you know what? You know, maybe that's true. You know, and so it's just, yeah.
They do look up to these women. And I feel like women, they see them, they're like, oh, they're beautiful. A lot of men desire them. I want to look like them. I want to be like them. See, I think Ari and Jada, they both have their own businesses. They're both like moguls and everything. Everybody does not have to have their own business. Everybody is not meant to have their own business.
Oh my gosh, I feel like every celebrity wants to come up and get their like lipstick line or their makeup line, and it's like, oh my gosh. But with Ari and Jada, even down to like the wigs, you know, I feel like wigs were kind of a celebrity thing, and now everybody's getting these wig installs, and it's like, don't get me wrong, it's cute, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem authentic sometimes.
Yeah, people are paying like half of their paycheck to get the wig, get the install, get the lashes done, the nails done.
It's like, you can't afford that. But you're looking at like what Jada Wade and Ari are doing. You're thinking like, okay, I got to be like them. But you're not in their tax bracket. Yeah. So let's stick to what you can afford, you know?
Yeah, these people are influencers, moguls, and everything. And if you have a regular 9-to-5 job, let's be so realistic.
Yeah, right. You got to pay bills. You got to pay the rent, car note, insurance, all that kind of stuff. But honestly, a comparison, I always say comparison is the thief of joy, meaning that when you compare yourself in any way to anybody, whether it's the job that they have, the body that they have, the face that they have, you're automatically taking the joy away from yourself and taking away from who you are as a person and your authenticity. And so I kind of feel like when you use that phrase and apply it to daily life, you can understand why self-love is so important.
Yeah, I feel like everybody has compared themselves to someone in their day-to-day life. Yeah. I remember even when I was a child, I would see these people on TV. They would not look like me. So I'm kind of concerned. I'm like, should I look like them? Right. What's wrong with me? Yeah. Why doesn't anybody like me?
Yeah, and I think that's why it's so important to see people, black people, and specifically black women who are our shade, you know, a darker shade, you know, just brown skin, and see it on TV, because it's important as a child to see that and know that, hey, I can do that too. You know, I can, you know, look like that and be on TV and flourish just like they are, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like somebody that really promotes that is Alicia Keys. I know she stopped wearing makeup and everything. She has a skincare line. She really promotes the naturality of us women, and black women especially.
Keke Palmer is a good example too. I know that she struggled a lot with acne. She's been very vocal about that from a very young age, and saying like she's still beautiful without it, and she is like gorgeous without any makeup, but the acne scars are there, and so what? You know, she's still a beautiful woman, and her career has taken off immensely. Right before we go, here's a word from our sponsor.
Looking for a new set of wheels but have to trade in your old ones first? Don't want to spend hours and days on a car lot only to get ripped off by a used car salesman? Well, now you don't have to. Check out Wheels and Deals, Greensboro's #1 automotive buy and sell dealership. We're exclusively online at wheelsanddeals.com. We've got cars of all makes, models, and colors listed on our website, including vintage cars, family SUVs, and sports cars. Whether you're trading in Old Faithful or buying for the first time, you're sure to find a real gem in our virtual lot. Find your car at wheelsanddeals.com and we'll set you up with a no-hassle test drive in your dream car today. If you test drive one of our cars during the coronavirus crisis, we'll give you an automatic 15% off the sticker price with any trade-in. So, what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Drive home with a new car, the Wheels and Deals way.
I feel like for us women, there's always a certain look that we have to upkeep. And from celebrities to influencers to even our peers on social media, like everything seems like a competition when it really doesn't have to be.
Yes, and to that extent, I hope this is a message to any woman who is listening to this. Just know to love yourself and that you are one of a kind. You're never going to be like anybody else, and that's a good thing. So always be true to yourself.
This has been Jada Mays
And Anaya Askew.
for the class JOMC 275, and we'll see you later.